Hello. Hello, hello. Well, this is Jelly Babies, and welcome to my first ever playthrough of Mass Effect. I am, of course, playing on the just released Mass Effect Legendary Edition on PS4. Yeah, I know pretty much nothing about this game, other than the very obvious, or this series of games, other than the part that was spoiled in extra credits years ago for, I think it's Mass Effect 2. But like, other than that, I know nothing about this game, really. I've heard bits and pieces about some characters, but yeah, here's hoping this should be quite fun. Diving in blind onto Mass Effect.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database.
Yeah, let's do it.
Classified information requested.
Don't think it'd jump in quite less.
Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
John Shepard, Jane Shepard, enter new ID. My brand. Sorry, I'll never be able to see this character model and not think of that. Howdy. Have a dug. But yeah, yeah, my brand. Yeah, it's every time I look at it, it's so stupid. So, I'm going to be playing as a male John Shepard.
Please log in to access your profile.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just pressing buttons and... It's got a very retro feel to it, that sound. In fact, actually, that background music's also got quite a cool retro sound to it, I quite like.
Profile reconstruction complete.
I guess. Unless there's a way to change to like that.
Please log in to access. Profile reconstruction complete.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Like, is this where I'm supposed to do like character selection or character creation of like thingy?
Please log in to access your profile.
Exactly. Custom mail, I guess?
Please log in to access your profile.
Like, I don't really want to change
Warning,
character model.
data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile.
Okay,
Confirm
cool.
pre-service history.
Ah, right, okay. This is something that should be a bit clearer. Because I figured it just wanted me to do my, like, what do you want to call your wee thing? I think you can keep the model, change default class and starting thing. Well, that's good. I mean, I have no idea what any of the classes or anything like that are, so like I don't even know if these have any sort of impact on your game, or if it's just purely flavor text type stuff.
Confirm psychological profile.
Wait, what? Creative, help faster than basic rule, get the job done, cold, calculating and brutal. Reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived. Well, all those around you fell, and now you're alone. Now you alone are left to tell the tale. Some flavour for how your shepherd got to where he was. Ah, right, okay. Cool. See, part of me wants to go War Hero, because it's the one that sounds least like your stereotypical D&D character. I'll go
Confirm military specialization.
Aha! So, we have soldiers, combat, front lines, improved health, can specialise in the use of any weapon, ability to wear start with ability to wear medium armour, can train to use heavy. So that's your basic all-rounder. Engineers are tech specialists using the holographic Omni tool, can decrypt security systems, repair and modify tech equipment, disrupt any weapons, shields, hero squad, only wear light armour, specialise in pistols. So combat tech and bio stuff. Right. These classes are either full of one or those or a mix. Adepts are biotic specialists. Through upgradable implants they can use biotic pills to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, disable or destroy enemies. Yeah. Adepts only wear light armour, specialise in pistols. Specialised in pistols, infiltrators, decryption, offensive, long range, bleeds, attacks. They are more efficient at taking biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels only wear light armour, receive no special weapon training. Vanguard and biotics, they combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents and especially deadly at short range. Right, okay, so that's your two soldiery types, that's your two techie types, that's your two magic types. I'm thinking about going infiltrator, because medium armour and a sniper rifle sounds good to me. I was thinking engineer, because yeah, but engineer sounds cool because it's kind of like you hack your way through things kind of thing, and I like that, but I prefer a bit more combat orientated than healing, mostly because
Confirm facial identification.
Awful at the healer role. Oh god, that's weird. Oh, that's creepy. I'm barely moving the right analog stick and
Confirm facial identification.
Customize. That's like a whole lot extra. Oh my god, that last one, was, what do you call it? I'll go with that one. Aye. Maybe. Yeah, I'll do that. And no scar. Yeah.
Profile reconstruction complete.
There we go.
Identification confirmed.
Yeah, I'll probably just... Hoffman from Saw. Do you know what? Actually, you're not wrong. I can see it. And hello, Lion. Now, I think I'm just going to play it on normal to start with, pretty much because it's carved out with a wee bit of better texture. Yeah, you can tell this is an old game that's been tarted up a bit. Yeah, I'll leave that. Auto level up, I won't do that because I like to have that kind of choice. It's what's normal for. It's what normal is for. Yeah. Pretty much. So, in classic mode, the original 1 to 60 level range will be used instead of the new 1 to 30. XP and talent point progression remains the same, but the number of levels is doubled. So that's bad. I'm really not sure what the... So instead of going to level 60, I go to level 30. I mean... I've absolutely no idea what to do for that. Subtitles on. Right, okay, thank you for that line. Keep squad on defensive and auto-save on. Well, I'll see what this is like, the new 30 version. See if it is it's fun. Let's go. Here we go.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of his family.
Doesn't have one. He was raised on the streets. Learned to look out for himself.
Oh!
He proved himself during the Blitz. Held off enemy forces on the ground until reinforcements arrived.
He's the only reason Elysium is still standing.
Oh, that's cool.
We can't question his courage.
Humanity needs a hero. And Shepard's the best we've got.
I'll make the call.
Good old Keith. The year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies, enabling travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They called it the great discovery in human history, and I didn't get the rest of it. One line away.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination.
It definitely does, Doug. Definitely.
The relay
does.
is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Board is green. Approach run has begun.
Hey, now that ship looks like a sword gun in something, and I can't figure out what it is, and it's doing my boxing.
Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
It's just as you do.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1,500K.
1,500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So
enough,
you
Lion.
hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead, so that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
That's enough. You're soldiers. Act like it.
Sorry, Commander.
I just want to skill
Joker.
him in the back of the head.
Status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the Captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Yes, of course. No messing about. No, none of that. Oh. Okay. First thing I'm doing, save. Second thing I'm doing is look at the rest of this stuff. Squad. Squad screen lets you view team's talents. Press X to spend talent point. To gain a rank, a selected level, a selected talent, you gain levels, blah blah. Oh no! Oh! What did I do? Oh man. Okay. So. I'm okay, I'm going to reload that save because didn't realise what I was doing there. Save's coming for the win. Yes, already, Lion, already. With that in mind, put one in each of them so I can scare people. I can be nice to them if I want. Well, to be fair, it should have told me. Wait, actually. Okay, so that might have been that was my bad. I will admit I didn't need to save scum. I just didn't pay attention. Oh, this is going to be a long playthrough. Journal. Cool. I think that option to take points back left when you backed. Ah, right, okay. Okay. I'll need to definitely pay more attention to the UI as I go through this. Humans learn potentially. So. Doing 83, 54. Shepard's 29. What's that like? 29. That's something. I like that. Alright, okay, that's... Wait, so there is another thing for me to do?
The Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole. The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and become the galactic face of humanity.
Cool. I would say though that the all the primary lore stuff's voiced. Nice. System Alliance, that's not bad, but it's the Federation. Wait, there's still more? What am I feel like I'm being dense here.
The Systems Alliance is an independent
Yeah. There's probably some key piece of information I've missed, but well. Ooh, equipment screen. Hankidar. Heat sink. Accuracy. What the? Alliance's humanity only. They are still in their infancy. Yeah. I'm just being a sci-fi snob. Lying, don't worry. So that's armor, my assault rifle, my shotgun, my pistol, my sniffer ripple. There's night ammo weapons will overheat, so a high heat capacity means. That's interesting. Grenade. Wait, have I just started with a grenade launcher? Oh, it's just grenades. Right, okay. Blue wire 2. So, Omni 2. Cool. I'm sure I'll get to figure all that out eventually. In the meantime, this looks like a lift. But it's not.
You, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged, right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
Okay, the old game weapons were locked to class. That's quite good. You have to admit there's something odd about this mission. Whole crew if you use it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper. Less chance of security leaks, too. Plus, there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
Grandfather fought in the First Conflict.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian.
Based Nihilus.
We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Do I go with his conspiracy theories? Do I be rude to him, or do I just...
I better head down and see the captain.
Yes, sir.
Yes. How was it about?
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Only a fool goes looking for a fight, Corporal.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself in the Blitz. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
There's your boy, Doug. Wait, is this the guy that that was getting talked about? Ah.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not going to screw this up.
I don't think he's quite getting the message.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
Ooh, fancy.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups.
Yeah,
Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're a war hero, right? Held off an entire enemy fleet during the Blitz single-handed? That's the kind of talent the Spectres are looking for.
This is all just wild speculation. The Spectres aren't interested in recruiting humans, no matter how capable.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Is this guy Cloud Strife?
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Yes, goodbye. Oh, yeah, we salute.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to. Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I've never been there.
But you know of it. It's become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
What else can you tell me?
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Oh, I think you're right there, Doug. It's not a pretty model.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Ultra.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
What's going on, Captain?
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
You held off an enemy assault during the Blitz single-handed. You showed not only courage, but also incredible skill. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Oh, stop.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy.
Well, that's a foolish
and
mistake.
To the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
Just tell me what I have to do.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Nice one, Doug. Yeah, charge of the ground team.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology. Even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
So, just out of curiosity, Lion and Doug, am I imagining things, or is there like, are Nihilus's legs they're more like bolted onto the side of his body, or the side of his hips, instead of like kind of under the hips? Because it really looks that way.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Scaly bird people.
Bring it up on screen.
Wait, these people are dinosaurs?
Get down!
Oh. Shut up, Nick.
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need
character back. That's that one done. I didn't actually catch your name there.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
One called Ashley, or one called officer. I said that I wasn't paying attention to the names.
Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
So this is going to end badly. I can feel it in my bones.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
So
approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck.
We are approaching drop point 2.
Survivors come second. Saving content.
Ship perimeter secure, Commander.
What a boss. Yeah, like very Captain America there. And
oh God, what happened here?
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere.
Oh,
keep your guard up.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, so use that to holster and draw. Oh, I shot that thing like 3 times. See, part of me wants to explore, because, you know, but technically I have a job to do. By technically I mean I've got a job to do. So... Can you please stop asking me that question there, Jenkins? Because I don't know. Oh, right, okay. I would like that. I guess I'll keep them on what they have. Much better. Jenkins, no!
Rip right through his shields. We're at a chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Yep. Rip and rip.
Aye, aye, sir.
So... Kaidan. Okay, so circle's my cover button. What the? Is that a grenade? Gel is needed to heal injured squad members. Omnigel can be used to bypass description. Electronic challenges, both are required by defeating enemies and opening containers. Yep, yes. Yeah, I thought it would have been. Damn, Daniel. It's really fun.
Some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Gunplay far more forgiving now. Yeah, There was one of those shots I 100% missed. That'd explain it.
Smells like smoke and death.
OG Reccio for the sniper was as big as your screen, Kaidan. Alright, cool. Options. Kaidan's so edgy. Controls. No. Gameplay? No. Smells like smoke and death. Aha. So I'm assuming these points are just Kaidan's points and not like a pool that all of my team will eventually take from. Just for him, yeah, cool. I'll go with my Sentinel, because that seemed like an alright idea. So, actually, that's how you switch between them all. Cool. And yeah, and probs just best to auto living team members. I might look at the Codex later. I might do that, but for the moment, I'm kinda oh. Oh, that's lovely. Always love Necrons. Yay, thank you, got a point.
I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Ah, Ashley.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Wonder if you meet the infamous officer too. Yeah, Doug. Yeah.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
Oh my god, that was so bad. That was like 80s action movie.
What else do you know about the Geth?
I like it.
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile.
Yes.
Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Watch you don't cut yourself on all the edges on, actually. Okay.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Full of angst.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out.
I guess that's it then. Squad. Right, okay. Bloody mad lad he is. To be honest, going into a situation like this, I think he very well might be. Gonna put one in soldier because that seems to be the class, so seems like a decent enough choice. And then one in assault rifles. Okay, she can shoot longer. Cool. I think that's okay.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Oh. Does anyone have any preferences or what you think would be better? Chem rounds or armor piercing? Because armor piercing sounds great, especially on a sniper rifle, but chemical rounds also sound interesting. But I've no idea if they'd work on these things, because they're machines. Yeah. I think I'm probably gonna go... Oh, I can take both. Oh! Right, okay. Cool. Right, okay. Equipment. Upgrades. Try armor piercing. Right, okay. That's how that works. I like how it does the... Oh, light armor, medium armor, Scorpion. Yeah, that seems better. Pro tip, Geth or synthetic. Ah, right, okay. I think I know what you're getting at when you say that. Obviously I know what the word synthetic means, but... Run to the waypoint and take cover behind the rock. Move to the edge of cover, press R2 to fire, L2 to lean out and aim. Watching low objects, make you crouch to take cover behind them. Nice! Right, okay. Cool. I'm just being dense. Let's blow up inside that room. Cool. I keep going to hit the, like, square for reload. Squad. Oh, that was me. I want to upgrade my stuff for ripples. 5 points in pistol. 3 there. Don't quite light. Increased damage protection, grant shield boost, unlocks medium. 7 points in decryption, 4 points in electronics, 6 in tactical armor, another 1 in infiltrator. Source damage, cannot block attacks that bypass shields. Put 1 in pistols for her. Pretty balanced loadout, I think. Yeah, it doesn't look better. Yeah. I think that's a better choice. And I'll save.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Nice. Oh. Okay. That was a rather aggressive save there.
There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Okay. Let's do this.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
Oh. That's delightful.
Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
What the? Stop with your... Oof, that could have ended badly. Kaidan was a... Is that a joke about me and my abilities? Because... Yeah, fair point. Oh. Downloadable. Once again, I'm not really paying too much attention to my side characters at the moment, because it will force me to care eventually, so...
That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Some locked objects require encryption and electronic access. If any squad member has required talent. Repeat sequence of button presses before time expires. Right, okay. Cool. Minigame! Yeah.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
Wow.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the destroyers. Bringers of darkness. Heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil. Awakened the beast. Unleashed the darkness.
He's talking
Manuel,
about it like
please. This isn't the time.
Yeah, he's talking about it like it's 4chan.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Say goodnight, Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be heard.
Oh my God! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
You can't just go around whacking people in the head.
It was only a matter of time until he did something crazy and dangerous.
I mean, I agree with that
I
point.
suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
No, I'm sorry. We haven't left the shed since the attack.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
Good luck, Commander.
Cool. Was it harsh to punch him? Probably. Do I care? Nah, not especially. No. No, you really weren't kidding about Nihilus being waiting.
Saren. Nihilus.
Who's even called Manuel? Anyways.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
He's evil.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
What is that? Off in the distance.
Okay, so something I need to. That's how I do it. Okay, cool. We're being a bit dim. I'm sure he's fine lying. You know?
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
Kind of sensible.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Possibles.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
Oh,
it was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring. Nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
What kind of packages?
I found a pistol.
Figured it would come in handy if those things came back.
Yeah.
But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Okay, forget about it. I've got more important things to worry about.
Good luck.
Ooh, more minigame. That is an incredibly interesting way of phrasing that, Doug. I have to say, I'm rather enjoying that wee minigame. I'm probably going to hate it when it starts to get, you know, actually difficult, but at the moment, it's bra.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
I got a Mary jail for you, Nihilus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
What are you doing sneaking around back there?
Pour one out for the fallen.
I am sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
Where'd Saren go after he killed Nihilus?
He jumped on the cargo train and headed over to the other platform. Probably going after the beacon. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
How come you're the only one who survived? Yeah. Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Being a bad man.
You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift.
You don't even try to help him.
I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
I keep getting the same information for everybody.
You ditch work. Then you cower back here and do nothing while the Geth butcher everyone else.
I don't even have a gun. What was I supposed to do? Run out there and die?
Yes.
I couldn't save them. Nobody could. It was horrible.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Oh. Oh, man. Don't you beautiful doing? Okay, I won't. That was harsh. I'm sorry, bro. Oh.
I'm a little busy here.
I'm a little busy here. Oh. Barriers. Coal, I guess. Oh. Hoping to have a wee bit of a bigger area of effect. Actually, out of my way. Already dead. I have no shield. Oh, yours is a quick fire thing. Okay. Who does? See, it's annoying that there's no like control. So that's your melee. Oh, wonderful. R1. X. Oh. You could have just said you wanted me to move further
destroy
along.
the entire colony.
Fine.
Leave no evidence that we were here.
I mean, he looks like one of those robot people, or like a robot person version. It certainly felt that way. I thought he was telling me press X as that's the way to get to the next bit. Or like to use the ability thing. I was like, alright, cool. Oh my god, how stupid. Hey, look. Oh man, that was bad.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down!
Ah! That was... people. Disarm. Yeah. Medicine 96 probably was a pretty awful time. Can I do a sneaky wee? Still alive? Oh no, not anymore. I never pressed X to confirm. Cool. I'm getting there, folks. I'm getting there slowly but surely. Figuring out the buttons. What to do and when and where and why. Oh, goodies. I'm going to have a wee look at this equipment stuff. See what is available for change. That's not that much better, really. Assault rifle. Right, okay. Sorry folks, just doing a wee bit of general housekeeping stuff. Actually, in fact, hold on. That's who I was looking for. Okay, that's a nice wee feature. Wasting your team modding current gear, you'll be scrapping it. Ah, right, okay, don't worry. Gotta keep folk up to date with it. Ah, yeah. See, it's just the... Probably should just leave things, but... I like having a wee gander.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Yeah.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Say something? No. No!
Shepard! No, don't touch it! Too dangerous!
Delightful. That's, seems like a failed mission to me. Or wait, am I now the Intersect? I broke it. Distinguished Service Medal. Thanks, Kaidan. Wait, what? Wait, Lion, did you just spoil something there?
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy. A human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
Commander Troy.
One of the humans may have used it.
Right, okay. This human must be eliminated.
Gotta say, I think that last shot there was a tad gratuitous, but you know.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
What was the first clue? Setting up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
How did I end up here? How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
Charmin.
What's the damage, Doctor?
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
Should have scolded her.
I saw...
maybe?
I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it.
TikTok.
Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard.
Ah, right,
Things
okay.
look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best. A living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
He didn't come to Eden Prime because he hates humans.
You're right. Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how. I don't know why. But it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
I saw a
Just
vision.
before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it.
I did.
But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
Yeah.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Cool. I'll do that. Is there anything to loot? This looks like looting. No? Nothing. Zero out of 10. Poor game design. Okay, that is lifted straight from what you call it. Star Trek. It's your ship. But Chris, you don't understand. When I played The Witcher, I stole everything from Kaer Morhen. Literally everything that wasn't nailed down. I have no qualms or problems whatsoever nicking goodies from things I own. I'll talk to people.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
I don't know why I steal people, why I steal things. Use the goodies.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
Go back to the woods.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot from you. I've never met anyone who was awarded the Star of Terra.
There's nothing special about me, Williams. Anyone would have done the same.
Held off an entire enemy platoon? Alone? With all due respect, Commander, I think you've got somebody watching over you.
I need to go speak with Joker.
Goodbye, Commander.
A doctor?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Kaidan's lucky. He just gets migraines.
The way she started talking about that was like it was going to be like, you know, joint pains or like, you know, he's a bit more moody or something. No. Insanity, severe mental disabilities, and crippling physical pain. Just to name a few.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school.
Life is only pain.
Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
And now to talk to Kaidan.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Oh.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Joker's waiting for you on the bridge, Commander.
Yeah, I know. But I don't want to go. Ah, right, okay, so that's... Whereas... I'm going to take my nosy around the rest of the ship. Fine, didn't want to talk to them anyhow.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
I have to admit, this ship doesn't look like it's that big. That's where I came from. Oh. Going down. The Normandy vehicle bay. Using a squad member's locker allows you to assign equipment to them. New equipment may be purchased from the requisitions officer. Talk to him in a minute. Ooh, a big thing. Big eye. Kaidan actually... That's a bit of a spoiler. Just that it's got all those extra ones. Oh, what's this? Engine room. What the?
Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
Getting all the XP. Can't believe I let Jenkins die. I'm a
Hey,
monster.
Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
I think this is going to be a baddie run, Doug.
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Oh, that's a lot of things. A sniffer ripple. No. What the? Unique items. Hold on. No. Don't think that's what I had got. Just selling everything that's level 1. Oh, no. I'll keep the upgrades. So, how long have I been streaming for? I can't seem to see for some reason. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it was Navigator Presley. 145. Thank you, Doug. I'll keep going for a wee bit. See what the fuss is.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
It's a nice ship, but it doesn't look that big. Which leads me to the question, where does everyone sleep?
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
Thank you. It's a very nice looking ship. That looks really good. Whoa. Okay. Don't freak out, game.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres.
Well, to be
Come
honest,
with me, Captain.
like I really want to be
I
one
want
of
to go
them.
over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Cool. So that's where I have to go. Oh, that's a point of interest. Right, okay. Another one. Consort Chambers. Emporium. Bank. Embassy Lounge. I'm assuming that's where I am. CSEC HQ. Boss. Oh no, wait, I'm in Udina's office. So I guess I'll go have a wee cheeky wee wander. See if I can find anything worth inching. Anybody worth talking to?
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very serious. I can't just... This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consul in contacts, and she betrayed that.
That your own Spectre thing.
All right. I will look into it for you.
Yeah, and there'll be blackjack.
In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Dan. At least introduce yourself.
I like that big dude.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought when I was reading that there, I thought it said Earth-chan, and I was like, that's
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, EarthClan.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
That's not very nice of them.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
Ferengi.
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Dan. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Volus or Elcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait?
Sounds like a while.
Bah! This talk is wasted on the humans.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus, when I'm not being interrupted.
Alright, fine then.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology,
No.
but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive.
Ooh.
Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Can I talk to the big man? Can I talk to the bug man? Alright. Can I get in now?
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
Oh.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are
Yes,
the
you're
hub
talking
of
to
all
her.
Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
Cortana.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
Not right now. Yeah, also a heads up in case it potential, unless in case it's annoying anybody, I'm almost certainly going to make countless references to just about everything
I
else I've
can't
ever
believe
seen.
I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Oh ho ho. No, can't talk to them. Expect. I mean, to be fair, I mean, why do people bother to make things anymore?
Welcome. It is good to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too, big man. That's where I came from. So, pop in here.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
I came on my own. I need information.
You humans are always so curious, always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie. Is that the right expression?
Yeah, it's actually...
never mind. Forget I asked. Was there something you needed, Commander?
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
Fair enough.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye.
He seems nice enough in the general sense. Oh, hope you're prepared, lads. Minigame. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, you have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us, few tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come, join us in the Hawking Eta cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. Right, I'm just going to say it now. I'm seeing a lot of similarities in this to what I know of the plot of Dragon Age. Or at least it's hinting that there's some similarities, like the magic-y folk in this seem to be rather looked down upon, apparently.
This place seems strange. I wish there were more humans around.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her secrets.
Of course she would.
Yeah.
She talked at the nearest airlock if she did.
You're right,
I suppose. Besides, Nick, the consort's nothing like the girls back on the colonies. She's...
You don't have to do it with her. You can just talk to her if you want.
Is that all you did, Jazz? Just talk?
I didn't say that.
Ha! I bet you did too. What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Yeah.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Did I say either of you two could speak? No, I don't believe I did.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Oh, fine.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
You know who I am?
Your arrival created a bigger-than-average stir among the diplomats and hangers-on around here. There's always something new happening around here. I could fill you in on some points of interest if you'd like.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies, not much going on here.
Yeah.
Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I'd try Flux or Cora's Den.
What is Shaira's?
The consort,
So much
she
here,
entertains
yeah.
clients who can afford her services.
I thought that myself.
Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
The blue people won't talk to me. I don't like it. They're rude. Anyway, let's go actually do our job, I guess, or something. Oh yeah, we need to go talk to that AI thing. Cortana. Cortana.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide. Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
What does that mean?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
I'm sure I won't. Something's probably gonna happen. Ah, right, okay. Oh! Didn't mean that at all. Ooh, that could end it badly. So I'll take me across there. I think I'll double back and see what's down here. But also, points and this stuff. guess. Oh. Didn't mean to take my guns out, people. It was just a wrong button press. Oh, this way to the academy. Ah, right, okay. What is it? It's a very pretty place. I also quite like the fact that the game seems to have like or the music has a kind of wondrous but slightly eerie tone to it. It's quite cool. That's towards transit. Another elevator. Big KOTOR vibes music. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. It's oh. I need to stop doing that. It definitely has some even just kind of slightly more generic sorry, itchy nose. Kind of generic Star Trek-ish, or no, Star Trek, Star Wars music.
Look at that bug thing over there. What's it doing?
Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers.
Alright, fine. See, something tells me they're the ones that are actually doing all the work, and the other three races are just raking in the fun times at their expense. Also, I don't know if that's a legendary, whatever if it's the HD remastery edition that's doing it, but the audio is definitely very what sort of new style and lore. He's a Turian and the Seren's leader or something. But yeah, I don't know, like, I can't even remember what I was going to say. Battle leveling. But you know, it's got the audio, yeah, for like the kind of background sounds. It's very, yeah. Thanks. It's kind of, I say, I don't know if it was like that in the original, but I'm playing with headphones on, so it's cool, like getting closer and moving away. That it's the sound
What's
follows
this?
you quite well.
One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepherd. It is a great honor to welcome the heroes of the Blitz.
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barla Vaughn. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
What's it like living here on the Citadel?
The station is without a doubt the greatest wonder in the galaxy. It is a technological marvel, but its true splendor goes much deeper than the hull and engines. From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament to the success of the Council. All the species of Citadel spaced together in a single, strong community.
What makes the Presidium so special?
It is the political center of Citadel space. 80% of all intelligent species in the known galaxy acknowledge the Council's authority on interstellar matters. But only the most powerful and influential species have embassies here on the Presidium. This level of the station is reserved for the elite, Shepard. People like us.
See, okay, I don't know, Tasha. I'm very confused about this man. I think he's like a space dwarf Ferengi.
What are the wards like?
By
the cultural heart of the galaxy.
Seems to work.
They pulse with the lifeblood of millions of citizens from dozens of different species. You never know what you'll find down in the wards, Commander. It's always full of surprises. Fortunately, most of them are pleasant.
Okay.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex.
Yeah.
A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
I'm not going to ask that
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
This is the Emporium. What on earth is... What the... What?
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent Emporium.
Right, I've seen this episode of Star Trek. These things are not to be trusted.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates.
Fair enough.
And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
Oh, that's the front. That's a good point, Tasha.
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in... Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
This is weird. Oh, that was a bit... Oh. That seems like a good item to buy. You will not be disappointed.
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
View the armor. Or non-human armor. Quarian, Krogan, Turian. Oh, that's annoying.
Commander,
this.
it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do.
Not even entirely sure if it would give me a choice no matter there, Doug. You tell me there's no just lying about for me to nick. Savina. Anything new to say?
Welcome to Presidium. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell.
Something like that, yeah.
Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni. Then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's going to stop the Turians?
If I read that right, I think
sorry,
you might be
but
right
that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Do you know what? If there were evil spider people, then...
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
Wow, that's a... That's a...
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
Tasha's a what? Better a bird neck than a knee neck. Oh, oh, it's getting.
I've had my office rearranged 5 times.
It's getting thingy in the. Oh. Oh!